Ranking in section 8.2. Although this will cover the First Punic War and the Second Punic War, which are under the red heading Rome Expands, starting on page 274 and going through the end of the section on page 276. So this event map, as it says at the top of the event map, will go through pages 274 through 276. Now, as you read the section, you will see that you'll find a lot of main characters, maybe generals or different people in the army and in the land that were involved in these, and you will list all of those main characters here. If you're afraid you're not going to remember who, let's say, Hannibal is, you need to write a description regarding why he was important and what he did beside his name. Right over here in this box it says, where does the event take place? List all of the places. It's not enough to write Rome or the ancient world. You need to give specific places that are mentioned throughout this section. Anytime they give you the name of a place, you need to write it down. This could include, in this box you could list maybe bodies of water that they talk about, and or lands, or countries, or cities, etc. Down here in this box, it says, what is the problem, what is happening? This is where you are going to describe in detail. Notice you get more room, meaning I expect a full description of what is going on in this section. What led to the war? So this is the problem or conflict. That means, what did these two nations or countries disagree on, Rome and Carthage, that led them to fight? It needs to be specific. This should be completely filled in. This paper needs to be covered. If it's not, and I get back and you have just sort of written in a couple of things and tried to make it look done, I am going to assign your group paragraph shrinking in addition to doing the event map and Venn diagram for 8.2. So please take it seriously and answer the questions completely. Our next box says list what happens in order by time. This is basically a timeline where you list everything that is told about within the section, every event that's mentioned in order. If there's a date, put a date there. Otherwise, just mention what they say happened. For example, mention that the invasion happened in order by time. But if they give you a date, great, please list that also. Last, we have describe how the event ends. You can't say they quit fighting. You need to say how did they maintain peace, how did they come to peace, what led them to the end of their war. This might not necessarily be a thing of peace. As you can see, your last blue heading on page 276 says more conquests. So just go ahead and describe what happened in the end of the Punic Wars. Then it says what is important about this event. Be specific. Why are we studying this in history? Why is there a section on this in your history book? What do you think is significant about it? And remembering that Rome's survival has to do with the fact that our government exists in the first place. We patterned our government after them. So that's part of what might be important about the Punic Wars. That's just a little bit of a hint. The rest of it is up to you. Please follow the directions fully. Take this seriously. The substitute will write down any names of people who are not focused and on task. If you finish your event map and your Venn diagram, I expect you to use the rest of the time to work on menu items. Otherwise, I will see you next class period where I expect you to have both of the sides of this worksheet done. And like I said, if they are not done well overall as a class, then I'll go ahead and assign paragraph shrinking for 8.2 as well. So good luck and thank you. Have a wonderful day.